Hi YouTube, today's video is going to be a really quick and dirty video because something exciting has just arrived. I've had a search on eBay for about the last 9 years for one particular item, and it came up in February of this year, so I managed to talk to a friend of mine in the US because this was only really available to the US market, and I got it shipped to him, and he's looked after it all this time. It's now November 2023, so it's been quite a while, but basically last week it got shipped to me and it's just arrived, so I thought I'd chuck everything together and quickly do a video of me unboxing it. Now, what is it? Well, it's a big box, so that can only mean one thing. Yes, it's a vintage retro computer. So when I was a kid, we lived in Germany, and there was an American store on an army base not too far away from us, and as my dad was in the forces, we were entitled to use it. So my dad purchased one of these. This is a Digital Equipment Corporation Starion 917 desktop computer. Now, being that we lived in Europe and in England, these machines I don't believe were ever sold directly in the UK or Europe other than through the American PX. So we bought one, and this was my own computer. So when my dad was posted down to the Falkland Islands, I came back to live with my grandparents, and this was my PC, and I've been searching for one for years. There have been several that have appeared on eBay, but never the 917 model. So there's nothing particularly special about it. It's not collectible, but this model machine was the one that I had, and I can't tell you how excited I am that it's arrived. So let's get to unboxing. Oh, before I do that, I have actually bought a whole bunch of accessories via the same friend, Blake in America, and this is the mouse mat that came with the Starion. I've also managed to get hold of the installation media, which I don't seem to have to hand, yeah, let's get on with this. Where do I start? That's the question. Actually, whilst I'm doing this, I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. So basically, this was made in Canada. It was then shipped to California, where I don't know the history of it. It then was purchased by Blake, who lives in Virginia. So it was shipped from California to Virginia, stayed at Blake's house for a number of months, and then when he shipped it last week, it went to Indianapolis. It's then gone down to Stansted in the UK, it's come up to where I live, and it's been delivered. So this has done quite a number of miles to get here. So let's stop waffling and let's unbox it even more. I can see it. Let's just do the one end. There's a few stickers. There's a Apple II. It's a weird kind of frog thing. There's a Vapor95.com and a laser light sticker. Wasn't expecting those. Now it's a bit grubby, so I will be doing a complete teardown of this and cleaning up, and I'm going to upgrade it gently. I want to keep it more or less stock, but there are a couple of things I want to do. The graphics card is only 1 meg. I want to upgrade that to a 4 meg card. I want to put a compact flash card boot drive solution in it because it's just easier to play around with different operating systems. Let's carry on. Oh no, that's some damage. Okay, well, it's filthy, needs a good wash. It's got some scuffs on it. It's got a bit of a ding on the back. The first thing I need to do before I forget is, there we go. So now I don't have to worry. I've just swapped the voltage over for the power supply from 110 to 230 volts. And yeah, so around the back. So around the back we have network card, the audio card and a modem. And then we have 2 spare slots. So the modem will be replaced, and I'm going to leave the network card in and also the sound card, and then I will put in the graphics card and perhaps a TV capture card, but I haven't quite decided yet. So I wonder if that can be repaired with some glue. Ooh, Story on 917. Oh, this is great. So if I get it round to the front, basically nothing special. Needs a retro bright. It's terribly yellowed. Got a bit of damage just up here, which is a bit unfortunate. But I'm hoping that the part is inside, or perhaps in the box somewhere, and I might be able to glue it back on. But considering it's done 6,000 miles to get here, it's not in bad condition at all. Now, it's got a quad-speed CD-ROM, floppy drive. It's a 100 MHz Pentium, the original Pentium. Not entirely sure if it's got the hard drive. That was a 1.2 gig hard drive. The audio card is an ESS 1688 plug-and-play audio drive. The graphics, I think, is a S3 derivative. Not entirely sure which one it is. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's got the hard drive, which will be at the bottom in here somewhere. So we'll find out when we take the computer to pieces, and it will be replaced with a compact flash card, which will go in the back here. So on the back we have VGA, parallel, 1 serial, and then 2 PS2s. That's it in terms of what's on the motherboard. I think this came with 24 megabytes of RAM. Ours originally came with 8. So I will be upgrading that. So I've got 2 16 meg SIMs, which I'm going to put into this, plus the 8 meg that's on the motherboard, which will give me 40. This will max out to 128 megabytes, and then that disables the 8 meg that's on board. I used to have 72, so I had 2 32 meg 72 pin SIMs, and that gave me a total of 72 megabytes of RAM, because it was 64 plus the 8 on board. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do RAM wise, because it's going to be a Windows 95, Windows 98 machine, possibly a Rhapsody, OpenStep, NextStep. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to try a couple of other Linux distributions on it, because this was the first PC that I ever tried Linux on and it was horrendous. So now that I've worked in IT for a number of years, I'm going to go back and see whether or not I can try installing Linux, and with my knowledge see if it's going to be any easier. But yeah, so I mean, obviously somebody's been inside it before, because there is just the one screw that's holding it on, the case that is. I hope it works. I'm going to quickly plug it in off camera and just do a quick power on, because if it doesn't power on, then I need to look at solutions to get it working, perhaps an additional or new power supply or something else that might need to be done to it. So I'm going to end the video there. Thanks for watching. There will be plenty more videos about this machine, and it's going to sit here on my desk, and it will be my permanent setup for my old vintage machines, so I can sit down and play with it and play all my old games and reminisce without having to go into my storage and pull one out and then set it all up and then put it all away again once I'm done. Anyway, I have a habit of rambling, so I will end the video there. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.